It's funny, I've been hiring recently and did an interview. I did quite a few interviews this week. In fact, I've just kind of realized I need to probably hire somebody to do interviews. But it's funny, a lot of people I talk to, they've been in the job market searching for jobs for a long time. And the common theme was that they seem to keep or be applying to a lot of jobs. Like they would apply to, 2 or 3 a day, put in the resume and hope for the best, hope to get an interview. Funny thing is, I found that the shotgun approach with applying for a job just doesn't seem to work, especially in this environment. I applied for a job that I was way underqualified for. It was a lead sales position at a private jet company. Funny thing was, I was up against people who had years and years of sales experience, and they'd all been salespeople for this, that, and the other thing, and I had never done sales in my life, really. Now, so what I ended up doing, instead of just applying for the job, I actually went out, I took my resume, and I knew I have a graphic design background, but you could go to something like Fiverr, literally for $5 you could have this done, if you don't know how to do Photoshop and stuff. But I made like a miniature brochure out of my resume in their branding. So I used their logo, their graphics, all their colors. The layout of my resume looked like part of their corporate branding. Now, this wasn't just to look cool or to look fancy. This was about getting their attention. What I did is I actually took the time to write up how I would do sales in the company. Wrote up a bunch of different strategies. Took the time. It probably took me 3 or 4 hours, right? So, and if you think about it, it's like, wow, if I did 3 or 4 hours for every job that I applied to, it's gonna, of course it's gonna take forever, because that's the shotgun mentality, right? Let's send it out to everybody we can. Go out and find a job that you actually really want, in a field you really want. And it's not about, I'm not gonna take no for an answer. It's about taking the time to give value beforehand, because today there's a lot more risk in taking on an employee. You gotta empathize where they're coming from, which is it's a place of, if I hire the wrong person, I'm gonna lose a lot of money here, not only just from the money that they're paying the person, but from the opportunity costs of that person not delivering value to their company. So demonstrating value beforehand, you can do that in something as simple as really, taking the time to actually explain to them your value and demonstrate it through effort. They can see the effort you put into applying for the job, like shooting a video and talking and introducing yourself to them. Like I said, that resume trick where you actually use their branding, kind of tied in to the job application. There's all kinds of things you can do like that. Something I tell people are in really competitive fields, like let's say you're in interior design or photography, and there's schools just pumping out people with these degrees, graphic design, all these things. In the job market that's super crowded, you're competing for a select number of jobs, and within the select number of jobs, there's a few jobs that are actually pay well, right? Because there's such an influx of these jobs, it's almost a commodity. Now, how do you land one of these jobs that pays well and you do what you want to do? You can take it up another notch. And this is more of a relationship building kind of deal. Okay, my video camera died, but I wanted to finish this video. Super professional, right? Jump over to the iPhone. So as I was saying, before I was really interrupted by my battery, so we're building a relationship, whether it's through Facebook, LinkedIn, we're making a connection with some of the key people in the company. And this is a long-term strategy. This may take a little while. But add them on Facebook, add them on LinkedIn. Don't worry about the creepiness factor. You don't have to be creepy. You can be nice and just connect with people. You don't have to be intrusive. But it's literally, all it is about branding at this point. But what I mean is, when you're driving down the street, you see a billboard with Coke on it. It's a little impression on your mind to buy Coke. When you go to the movie theater, before the movie starts, see a little trailer. or a little preview over and over again as you see Coke and Coke, more and more commercials with Coke. That brand becomes impressed on your mind, and I think it's something like it takes 21 impressions for someone to remember something. When you are out actually on Facebook or LinkedIn, be where they are, make an impression, and provide value. And what we mean by provide value is, interact in a way that is useful for them. And this isn't necessarily about just liking and commenting on their pictures, though that doesn't hurt either. If they ask a question, answer in an intelligent manner. Something as simple as that can go a long way. That doesn't have to happen for the next step to happen, but it's a big bonus if you walk into an interview and they know who you are already, right? That's about 90% there already. People like to work with things they know and like. Now, the next phase of this alternate job landing equation is to actually deliver the value beforehand. There's always an A and a B. So the A is apply for the job, B is do something creative to get the job, to get the interview. Now there's always a C. And a lot of people don't think of the C. And what the C is literally changing their idea of what they need. So it's an insight, right? It's a change of perspective. So you can email or you could call. It's going to give you a big foot up. If there's 100 applicants, this will get you the job. And what you do is you reach out to them and you say, listen, I know you're hiring for this job. I'm definitely going to apply, but I want us to tell you that I understand that it's a challenge to find the right people and find motivated people, and everyone feels entitled to have a job these days, and you're probably getting an influx of resumes. So maybe it's, again, the interior design equation, or the example we were talking about there. What if you brought them a lead? What if you used your connection, said, hey, I can bring a lead to the table already. I've got a friend or a family member who needs this service. I could definitely go in, do it, charge for it, but I am more than happy to, I love your company. I want to work with you. I'm more than happy to bring this lead into the fold, and I'll go ahead and sell the thing before I even get the job under your brand. Now, imagine as a business owner, someone comes to you and says, hey, I want to basically give you an account, and I've already done all the work. I'm passionate. I love your company. I want to work with you. Are you going to give them a leg up over the competition? Of course you are, right? This works with any field. Say, you want to get into sales for a company. You want to get into graphic, web, any kind of skill-based job. You can make connections and generate a possible sale, a lead, right, beforehand. So you bring a lead, a couple leads to the table before the interview even happens. They're they're thrilled to have an interview with you, where you might be competing with 100 other people. Now, this doesn't always work, and you may go in with that lead, and that lead doesn't turn into a sale for them. But the idea is that you are showing incentive, you're showing proactivity, and those are the skills you can't really teach somebody. You can't just teach someone to be proactive, to go out of their way to help a company. And that's the skill set that they're actually hiring for. Everybody everybody can be a great designer in Photoshop and Illustrator anymore. So you don't want to compete at that level. You want to compete at the higher level, which is proactivity and self-assertion and these personal skills that are so lacking today. So anyhow, that is the 101 on how to land just about any job. If you have any ideas yourself, anything that you've done that's worked in the past, post it below, and I look forward to seeing your ideas. And if you haven't liked or subscribed yet, go ahead and drop me a like. It really helps the channel out. I really appreciate it. And a subscription is a vote for me to keep making content-based stuff. So really appreciate that as well. And stay classy. Stay classy, San Diego. Can I steal that from Ron Burgundy? I think I can.